Right now, today, you are doing something that hurts your dog. Not something you did last week. Not a habit you might develop someday. Something happening right now, in this relationship, carried out every single day, out of love. And that is exactly what makes this hard to hear. Because none of these come from cruelty. None come from neglect. Every single one comes from genuinely caring about your dog and simply not knowing what they need that caring to look like. 1. Hugging them. You wrap your arms around them and pull them close. It feels like the most natural expression of love in the world. But dogs don't hug. They have never hugged. In their world, placing a limb over another animal's body is a dominant signal, not warmth. Their nervous system does not know you learned this behavior from the people who raised you. It only knows something is restraining them and they cannot move freely. A study analyzing over 250 photographs of people hugging their dogs found that in more than 80% of images, the dog was showing clear stress signals. Ears back. Head turned away. Whites of the eyes visible. Mouth tight. 80%, and these were family dogs. Dogs who loved the people holding them. Stressed anyway. Because love does not override biology. Over time your dog starts bracing when they see your arms open. They don't pull away. They stay, because you are their person. But their body is waiting for it to end. The fix is simple. Get low. Sit on the floor. Let them come to you. Contact on their terms is the version their nervous system actually reads as love. 2. Leaving them alone without preparation. You grab your keys, say a quick goodbye, and close the door. Routine. Normal. Harmless. But for your dog, every departure carries weight. And the way you leave shapes how they experience every minute you are gone. Research on canine separation response found that high-energy, emotional goodbyes, long eye contact, repeated reassurance, drawn-out farewells, actually elevate a dog's anxiety rather than soothe it. You are signaling that leaving is a significant event. Their nervous system agrees and stays activated long after the door closes. The fix is to make your departure boring. No ceremony. No prolonged goodbye. Leave a worn item of clothing with your scent. Practice short absences regularly so the door closing stops meaning something enormous. A calm exit tells their nervous system, this is ordinary. I will be back. And ordinary is safe. 3. Rushing the walk. You have 20 minutes. You move at your pace, on your route. Your dog stops to sniff a patch of grass and you tug the leash forward. But sniffing is not a distraction from the walk. Sniffing is the entire point of the walk. Every patch of ground is a conversation. Every post is a message board carrying information about every animal that passed hours before you arrived. When you pull them away, you are not interrupting an interesting smell. You are removing the one activity that genuinely settles their nervous system. A study in applied animal behavior science found that dogs allowed to sniff freely showed significantly lower stress hormones and higher behavioral satisfaction than dogs walked at pace. The variable was not time outside. It was freedom to explore with their nose. 10 slow minutes with a free nose does more for your dog's mental state than 30 minutes under your schedule. Tomorrow morning, follow their nose for the first 5 minutes. Watch what happens to their body when they finally get to linger. That exhale is their nervous system landing. 4. Using their name as a warning. Think about how many times today you said your dog's name attached to a correction. No. Stop. Leave it. Come here. Now. Their name should be the most welcome sound in their world. When you repeatedly pair it with commands and corrections, you reprogram that association at a neurological level. Their name stops meaning something good is coming and starts meaning, prepare yourself. Research found that dogs whose names were frequently paired with corrections showed slower recall response times and elevated baseline anxiety during normal daily interactions. Their nervous system had learned to brace at the sound of their own name. For 1 week, use their name only in positive moments. Call them for something good. Say it when nothing is required of them. Say it the way you would say the name of someone you love when you are simply glad they are in the room. 5. Forcing them to meet strangers or other dogs. You think they need more socialization. So you bring them to the dog park, let strangers lean into their face, push them toward dogs they have clearly shown hesitation about. The behavioral term for this is flooding, overwhelming a subject with a feared stimulus and waiting for them to adjust. In most cases, it does not build confidence. It deepens fear. When your dog is placed in something frightening with no way to leave, they do not learn the situation was safe. They learn that fear has no exit. That is a fundamentally different lesson. Research from Tufts found that dogs with social anxiety repeatedly exposed to high stimulation environments without gradual desensitization showed worse fear responses over time, not better. They escalated because nobody was listening. The fix is distance. Find the point where they can observe without reacting. Reward calm at that distance. Move closer only when their body says they are ready. 6. Inconsistent rules. On the sofa over the weekend. Off the sofa on Monday. A bite of your food on Tuesday. Corrected for begging on Wednesday. You think your dog understands context. They do not. Dogs do not experience inconsistency as flexibility. They experience it as a world where the same behavior produces unpredictable outcomes. And for an animal whose survival once depended on reading their environment accurately, unpredictability is not confusing. It is a low-grade threat that never fully switches off. A study in animal behavior found that dogs in inconsistent households showed significantly higher baseline stress hormones than dogs in homes with clear boundaries, regardless of how strict or relaxed those boundaries were. Predictability, not permissiveness, determined their stress level. A dog in an inconsistent home develops a vigilance that never rests. Choose your rules. Hold them for everyone in the house. Your dog will exhale within days. 7. Correcting them after the fact. You come home. Something is destroyed. You call them over in that tone, hold up the evidence, make them face it. They give you the look. The guilty look. You assume they know exactly what they did. They do not. Research in canine cognition has consistently shown that dogs can only connect a consequence to a behavior within approximately 2 seconds. After that, you are not correcting a behavior. You are punishing whatever they were doing when you walked in, which was almost certainly being happy to see you. A study found that dogs shown evidence of rule-breaking displayed submissive behaviors entirely in response to their owner's body language, regardless of whether they had actually done anything wrong. That look is not a confession. It is appeasement. Your dog reading your energy and trying to calm someone they love who is upset. If you did not catch it in 2 seconds, let it go. And when you come home clean. 8. Staring at your phone while they are with you. They bring you the toy. They sit beside you. They place their head on your knee. And you are on your phone. Physical presence without emotional presence is something dogs register with remarkable accuracy. Research on canine attention-seeking behavior found that dogs whose owners were consistently distracted during shared time showed increased anxiety behaviors and more frequent attempts to interrupt, not because they were demanding, but because something felt incomplete about the connection and they were trying to close the gap. Your dog is not asking for every minute. They are asking for the minutes you are actually there to give them. Put the phone down for 10 minutes. Be where they are. That quality of presence is something they feel, and something they never forget. 9. Waking them suddenly. They are deeply asleep and you reach over and shake them awake. Sleep is the single most vulnerable state any living creature can enter. When something wakes a dog suddenly, their nervous system fires before their brain catches up, and for a fraction of a second, you are an unidentified threat. Research found that dogs woken abruptly show elevated cortisol that can persist for up to 20 minutes, even after they have fully recognized you and appear completely calm. The distress was real. You simply could not see it. Over time, a dog startled from sleep repeatedly stops entering deep rest cycles. You notice they seem tired even after long naps. Slightly more reactive during the day. You put it down to age. It is not age. It is a nervous system that stopped trusting sleep was safe. Tonight, wake them with your voice first. Say their name softly. Let them surface on their own. 10 seconds is all it takes. 10. Assuming they are fine because they seem fine. They are not destroying things. Not snapping at anyone. They seem calm. So you assume they are happy. Dogs are extraordinary at masking distress. Not to deceive you, but because in the wild, showing vulnerability was dangerous. So they evolved to suppress it. The dogs best at this suppression are the ones most often described by their owners as laid-back, easygoing, unbothered. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh found that dogs rated by their owners as calm and relaxed showed, on physiological measurement, elevated stress hormones and reduced exploratory behavior. The signature pattern of learned helplessness. These dogs had not gotten better. They had stopped trying to signal that something was wrong because signaling had not worked. Your dog is not fine because they are quiet. Your dog may be quiet because they gave up on being heard. Spend 1 week watching. Learn what genuine rest looks like on your dog: loose jaw, soft eyes, easy breathing, a tail that moves the whole rear end with it. Then notice when those signals are absent. That gap is your dog still trying to tell you something. They have not stopped. You just did not know where to look. Until now. Look at this list together. You hug them because that is how you say I love you. You rush to comfort them because their fear felt like your pain. You used their name because you needed to reach them. You looked at their quiet body and chose to believe it meant peace, because that was easier than wondering what else it might mean. None of that is bad. All of it is love. Love pointed in exactly the right direction that simply never got shown how to land. Now it has. If this changes something for your dog starting today, share it with someone whose dog deserves the same chance. Hit like, drop a comment telling us which one hit closest to home, and subscribe to channel. Every week we help you become the owner your dog already believes you are.